Okay, straight to the point. Today I would love to discuss with you gorgeous humans some practical habits, steps and skills that will pretty much guarantee your success in your weight loss journey. So whether you're just starting and not really sure how to go about it, or you've already started and maybe feel stuck, this is for you. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvonne Chinua. My channel is called Progressive Human. So I am Yvonne Chinua of Progressive Human. Thank you so much to everyone who has just shown ridiculous love on my last video where I actually talked about how I managed to lose 10.5 kilos. Till this day, I get comments from people on that video. I've even had some people track down my social media and ask me questions about my journey and how they could adopt some of the things that I did along my journey into their own journey that they're currently going through. And that kind of pushed me and inspired me to create this video. I want to talk about practical skills because I'm all for the inspiration and everything, but let's hear the practical tea. Let's actually know how to go about losing the weight. So that's what I hope to discuss today. I always say this like it's going out of fashion. I am a busy girl. I'm a career woman who is very ambitious. I'm building my career and doing my 9 to 5. There's lots that's expected of me in my job, which I thoroughly love. I also have the privilege of traveling occasionally for work. So that means that I tend to move around a lot. Now, I also have started really honing in on my content creation, especially on my TikTok and Instagram, and of course YouTube. So that takes up a chunk of my time. I also live in the UK, which means that I do everything myself. You see these braids? I did them myself. I still do all my cooking, all my cleaning, everything that has to do with life. Apart from the career ambition stuff, everything else that involves me being able to show up like this and be who I am, I do that all myself. So I am a busy girl. So if you're a busy person, if you're a busy girly like me, this is achievable. This is doable. This is for you. And maybe you're not as busy, girl, get in the chat. Okay, it's even, sweeter for you. So let's get right into it. I've divided this video into 3 parts, 3 pillar points that we're going to be discussing throughout. And each one kind of has like subsections, okay, underneath them. I have bonus points. Now, plot twist, instead of doing my bonus points at the end, I've decided to bring them forward and do them first. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to be going off of the assumption that you already have a goal in mind, whether that be a goal weight, a number on a scale, a particular dress size. You just want to be able to fit in certain jeans, whatever the case might be. You have a goal, sure. If you don't have a goal, that might be a good place to start. What do you actually want to achieve along this weight loss journey? Just saying I want to lose some weight is the beginning of failure. I'm so sorry to say, but actually have a clear goal in mind. I want to achieve XYZ number. So I'm going to be going off of the assumption that you already have a goal in mind. Bonus point number 1 is that you have a metric that you're using to gauge your progress. Now, for me personally, I used pictures to gauge my progress, which was extremely beneficial and helpful for me, especially on the days where it didn't feel like I had made much progress, or I was looking at myself in the mirror and it felt like I hadn't made much progress. I would look back at those pictures and I'd be like, damn girl, you've actually gone a long way. So have a metric to use to measure your progress. If you want to do numbers on the scale, that's fine. For me personally, I tend to avoid that because there's a tendency to be obsessed with that number. I did weigh myself though throughout my journey, but I had someone who kind of kept me accountable with that. So that's something you can also incorporate. But pictures, in fact, everyone should do pictures. Whether you have a different metric or not, please do pictures. And in fact, take your pictures now if you haven't already taken them. Pause me and come. No, don't pause me. Do it at the end. Do it at the end, okay? Thank you. Now, my second and final bonus point is that if you have a time frame in your mind for how long you think you want to spend or how long you think it should take you to lose the weight, I want to just get you to sit with yourself and check whether it is a realistic time frame. I see a lot of videos on like how I lost 6 kilos in 2 weeks, how I lost XYZ kilos in a very short period of time. And whilst that sounds glamorous and fabulous, I know we all want to achieve that, it's not very realistic. It's also not very sustainable because sometimes people can go through extreme fasts. Maybe they just do a juice cleanse or do a water cleanse, whatever the case might be. That might be good for like a short-term goal, but if you're looking for something that is sustained and long-term, like what I've been able to achieve and sustain, you might want to be realistic with your time frame. So I would say a realistic time frame for weight loss is half a kilo to 1 kilo per month. That's if you're consistent and you're on it and you're really going ham. For me, that was what I used and that was what I was able to achieve. Some months were more difficult, some months were actually easier, but that is sort of the average that I would recommend that you use to kind of gauge your progress and making sure that you're not setting yourself up for failure. So now we can actually go to the main T of this video. The first main point, big pillar points, planning. Have you ever heard that saying, failing to plan is planning to fail? You know, when our aunties and uncles were dropping those gems, they knew what they were talking about. Having a plan is the first way to ensure that you are successful in anything you set out to achieve. But since the focus of this video today is weight loss, as it pertains to weight loss, having a plan is everything. Because you might have realized, or may not, if you haven't, let me be the first to inform you, that weight gain and weight loss is very emotional. It's a very emotional process. Don't even ask me how, but it is, okay? And once your emotions get involved, sometimes it's difficult to see reason. But when you have a clear plan, it's so much easier to regulate yourself because you're like, okay, I already have this in mind. I already have this plan that I'm going to stick to. So let's break down planning. Actually, guys, get pen and paper. Let's actually write things down. Get a notepad, or if it's the notes on your phone, let's get our notes going. Another very popular saying in the fitness and wellness industry is that it is 80% what you eat and 20% what you do. So a huge chunk of my planning and preparation goes into what I eat. Meal plan, meal prepping is so important and so vital because that way you're able to avoid emotional eating, you're able to avoid binge eating, and you're able to have less to think about in a day because you already have your meals planned and prepped. The important things that you need to consider when you are creating your meal prep and plan is what you want to eat. So whether that's a diet that you're going to do, so like for me, for example, I did less carbs, more protein, higher fats, and I did more complex carbs instead of simple carbs. That was my choice. And so everything I did on a weekly basis for my meal planning was catering towards that goal and that plan that I already made for myself. So that way I wasn't confused about what it was I was going to eat on a weekly basis, even though I still had to think about it, but I kind of had a clear plan in mind and I was able to stick to it. So the first thing is what you're going to eat, the diet you're going to follow. Now, what you're going to include. So like I said, I did more fats, I did more protein, a lot of vegetables. What you're going to exclude, I did little to no fruits. I only did berries and very, very low carbs. So I did more complex carbs like oats and occasionally sweet potatoes. That has changed now at this new phase of my weight loss journey, but story for another day. This was just about starting. And then how often you want to eat and what times you're going to eat. Make sure that in all of this, everything you're doing is in line with the way you would organically eat, you would naturally eat. So I'm a snacker, and trying to build a meal plan without snacks in between meals was just going to be me setting myself up for failure. So make sure that you are following healthy patterns that are in line with the way you would normally live your life, okay? Because we're trying to get this to fit into your lifestyle. Of course, there are areas or aspects of your lifestyle you need to switch up, but ideally it should fit into your lifestyle. Another huge thing I did was bulk prepping. So every first week of the month, I would do a bulk prep. So I would buy all the chicken that I plan to eat that month, all the fish I plan to eat that month, all the beef, all the proteins basically, except eggs, because eggs, you can't really freeze eggs. I mean, you can, but that's just not my style. I would bulk prep those things. So if it was stuff that required a long time to cook, so maybe things like tripe that I would use in soups, I would cook that early on and prep everything, put them into smaller freezer bags and just put them in my freezer. So anytime I went to cook during the week, I would just pull out that bag of either frozen fish, frozen chicken, or pre-cooked meats and just do my cooking. I also made sure that I did most of my maintenance that week as well. So if I was getting my nails done, I did my nails at the beginning of the month. If I was getting my hair done, I mean, I do my hair more regularly now, but I would do that beginning of the month just so that the month was not filled with too many unnecessary activities because I'm such a busy girl and I don't want anything that would distract from me being able to go to the gym, me being able to eat right because I have to do one task or the other. I just planned myself that way, and yeah, bulk prepping was a good thing. What I would recommend is have a set day to do your meal prep. So for me, I either do my meal prep on a Saturday or a Sunday, but I will always have bought all of my groceries on a Friday so that I have no excuse. And that way you just stick to that day and you know that's what you're doing that day of the week, and your food is sorted. You make sure you have enough food leading up to that day of the week and you're good to go. Another very, very important thing, planning your workouts. Planning your workouts is so important because this can be such a demotivator. There's nothing worse than showing up to the gym and not knowing what you're doing. Not in the sense that you don't know how to exercise, but you don't know what exercises to do. So I would always recommend either find a workout guide that works for you, or you've saved maybe one of my workout videos that you can use. Find my workout videos on any of my social media channels. Shameless plug. Or your favorite influencer, download one of their workouts or save it and just do that at the gym. That saves a lot of time. That helps you know what to wear to the gym. That helps you know what you're doing at the gym. Saves a lot of rambling and scrambling about. Okay, so plan your workouts. So for me, I have a workout split that I incorporate throughout the week, and I'm going to add a picture of it here. Feel free to screenshot. And that is my workout split. And that way, anytime I'm stepping into the gym, I know what I'm doing, all right? Sometimes I've even forgotten what it is I'm supposed to do that day. I just check before I go to the gym so I know what to wear. Get to the gym, bang it out, I'm out. Also planning what type of exercise you want to do. So for example, if you're not a gym girl, don't go to the gym. Do running outside if that's what you want to do. Do Pilates, do yoga, do sports, whatever it is that tickles your fancy. Do that, all right, and stick to it. Don't just do stuff because that's what everyone is doing. I mean, you're very welcome to try new things, but find what works for you and plan that and stick to the plan. Having accountability is a great thing as well. So if you have someone who will be checking in on you to be like, girl, did you go to the gym today or not? That's a good way to go. But also, I thoroughly believe in self-reliance and independence, and that's kind of been what has kept me, because if I relied on someone to give me a push up the back every time I was supposed to do something, I would never get anything done, because people have their own shit going on. So let's just try and be self-reliant and push ourselves to do stuff. You also want to plan how often you do these exercises or these workouts, what time in the day, like down to those little details, because that helps you structure your life and plan yourself better. If you're kind of just going to wait for when you feel like going to go, you probably will not go half the time. For me, the days that I'm not going into the office, I like to go first thing in the morning. So as soon as I'm waking up, I'm going to the gym straight. Before I used to go every morning, but I've changed that up a bit. The days that I am going into the office, I like to go afterwards, okay? Otherwise, when I come home, I'm going to be very, very lethargic, and I'm just going to probably eat rubbish and watch TV and not do anything. But when I've gone to the gym and I get those endorphins going after work, that really gives me a kick up the backside to carry on with the rest of activities I need to do for that evening. So planning down to the time of the day you're going to go will help you incorporate it into your lifestyle and will probably keep you more accountable. But plan it in a way that you can actually go, not that you're making excuses, okay? Set yourself up for a win. Go to bed early. If you know you're going to the gym first thing in the morning, what I would advise, go to bed early. Don't give yourself a reason to procrastinate. Oh, I'm too tired, I need to sleep so I can work well. Those are the excuses I've said to myself. Set yourself up for a win. Plan the clothes you're going to wear the night before. That's literally what I do. I literally bring out the clothes from, like, I have an open clothing rail for my fitness clothes. I literally pull out the actual outfit I'm going to wear. I pull out my underwear, TMI, my underwear, my socks, my trainers, everything. I just arrange it. You know that meme of me before a night for a party? That needs to be you, okay? If you are planning to go to the gym, say in the morning or even after work, like if I'm going after work, I would have also planned the clothes I'm going to wear. I will also prep all my water bottles, make sure all your water bottles are clean. Not in the morning, you have to start thinking about how to wash the water bottle you're going to use to go to the gym. Plan everything. If you know you're going to eat before you go to the gym, have the food prepped. So you're just throwing it into your mouth and you're going. Literally set yourself up to win. If you take public transport or if you drive there, plan that. Make sure there's petrol in your car. Make sure that the bus routes or whatever it is you're taking is viable. The Uber person that's picking you up is actually available to pick you up. Things like that. Plan all the little details, because it's in those details that we get lost. That's the simple truth. Try as much as possible to avoid having to make any on-the-spot decisions. When you are literally supposed to be going to the gym, you now have to start deciding, oh, what should I wear? What am I working out today? Should I eat before I go? How do I even get there? Things like that is what sets you up for disaster, are things that will end up psyching you out. So make all the decisions before it is time to actually take the action. That helps you. That is my cheat code in life. Making a decision before you actually have to take the action sets you up for winning. And so now we're point number 2. Find the joy. As corny as it sounds, find the joy, because otherwise you will be depressed AF. Find the joy. Now, finding the joy in the types of workouts you do. See, I love lifting heavy weights. I'm usually one of the only females in the gym, in the weight section, in the area where I live. And I go in there with so much pride with my bomb-ass Gymshark outfit. I show up there, I'm lifting heavier than most of the guys. And they're looking at me like, who is this girl that big? Obviously, they're not saying that big. Just like, who is this girl? Like, who is this chocolate-colored girl just doing her thing? I love that. It's such an endorphin rush, being able to challenge myself. I'd be dancing in between my sets. I literally know I have such a good time at the gym. Like, sometimes I'm thinking if someone was following me around with a camera at the gym, they would actually get some really, really mad content, because I just vibe. I find so much joy in what I do. So find joy in the actual exercise that you do. Find joy in the food. Please, I've always said this, make sure that the food you choose to eat on your weight loss journey is sustainable. Do not completely cut out things that you have eaten your entire life to try and start eating things that you've never eaten before, you've never enjoyed eating, because it will not last. So find joy in the food. I always talk about how I very proudly have incorporated my Nigerian food into my diet. I eat swallow every day. I mean, these days I reduced it and I switched up a bit because I want to eat a bit more rice. I eat swallow every day, guys. Do you get? So find the joy in the food that you eat. Try new things. Be open to new things. Like, try new recipes. There was a time that I was starting to get bored of my food. So what I started doing is I started giving my meal plans themes. So one week I would do like Mexican theme, where I would do taco balls. I would do a lot of olives. I would do just things in line with, you know, that cuisine. I would do a lot of beans, things like that. Or I would do an Indian week where I would do curries and things like that. Or I'll do a Chinese week or a Niger week, Niger flavor week. I would try and switch it up a bit, and I would find so much joy in creating those recipes, in creating those meal plans, and I would so look forward to eating my food. I would find joy in my food. Finding joy in that is so important, because you're going to be doing it for a long goddamn time. So you need to be enjoying it. And like I said, try new things. Try new things. Don't be set in your ways. You're too young for that. Try new things, okay? If you've never enjoyed cauliflower rice, try it. I never thought I would like cauliflower rice, but here I am making cauliflower jollof rice and risotto every other day like it's going out of fashion. Incorporate your cooking skills. Try new things. Try new things. Like, try sports. I went back to playing badminton this year after not playing for about 12 years. That's crazy. Try it. And you know what? In my badminton club, the best players are women in their 40s, 50s, because they've been playing it for stupid years and they enjoy the sport so much. So don't disqualify yourself from situation. If you've always wanted to try football, go and try it. If you've always wanted to be an outdoor runner, go and try it. You've seen people doing Pilates, you too want to do, go and do it. Try new things, friend. Don't be restricted to one thing because this is how you think it's supposed to be. Try new things. This is your time. This is our time.
This is our time.
Appreciate the milestones, okay? Look back at moments and just be like, I've actually come far. I might not be where I want to be right now, but I'm actually making progress. The first 0.5 kilos that I lost was like, oh my God, like what the hell? Listen, my accountability partner was my younger brother. I would literally send him a picture of the scale every time I lost 1 kilo. And I'll be like, guys, see what I did? And he'd be like, hey, that's what's up. Like, he would ginger me, encourage me. He was my go-to person for that because he's also a bit of a fitness, not a bit, he's quite a fitness guy himself. And other milestones might not necessarily be like, oh, I lost XYZ number of kilos, but oh, I'm actually able to go to the gym 5 times a week now, or 4 times a week. I never used to be able to go, but now I'm going. Or I'm actually able to meal prep. I never used to enjoy meal prep, and I used to eat all my meal prep in one day. But now I'm actually able to control myself and eat it on the days that I've designed or created them for. That's a milestone win. Celebrate those milestones. Be proud of yourself. Document your journey. Document your journey. Like, this is what I'm doing. That's why I'm able to share with you guys. Document your journey, because why not? Like, and then the last subcategory in this point is find joy in learning. You're never too old. You never know enough to learn more. Learn as much as you can. Do your research. Find out about the science of weight loss. Learn more. Learn new things. Because why not? And now point 3, and my final point for this video. Fix your mindset. Oh my God. Mind over matter. Fix your mindset is the most important tip I will give you today, because you can do all the planning, you can do everything that you need to do, find all the joy, but if your mind is not right, if your mind is not in agreement with what it is you are trying to achieve, it's going to be an uphill task. It already is, but it's going to be even harder. So fix your mindset. Encourage yourself. Like I said earlier, document your journey. Like, I literally have videos of the highest points on my journey and the lowest points, because they're a constant reminder to me to just reflect on how far I've come. Like, I literally have videos of me crying. I'm like, I hate this. Why is this happening to me? And there are videos where I'm like, oh my God, I've just lost XYZ number of kilos. And it's like a reflective journal. On the days where I'm feeling low, I go and watch those videos where I was feeling very high on life and I was happy about my achievements. And on the days where I'm feeling indifferent, where I'm just being pompous, I'm like, yeah, it's not that deep. I go and watch the videos of when I was sad to remind myself that, oh, you've been in the gutter. So if you want to start getting comfortable, better get your backside up and get things going. So record yourself. You can journal as well. Just be able to reflect on the good, the bad, the ugly. Just reflect on your entire journey, because the journey is ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, etc., etc. Expect, reflect, and move on very quickly from setbacks. You should always expect that the journey will not be smooth. That's just the truth. There were times where my weight fluctuated, where I lost a particular number of kilos, and then maybe I traveled for work, or maybe I had family visiting and I had gained the weight back. Those fluctuations are normal because life happens. So expect that, reflect on it, and think about, okay, why did this happen? Could I have controlled it better? Okay, I see where I could have done more. I see where I could have done less. And very importantly, move on quickly from it. Because if you sit down there, you will get caught up in it, and that will be the beginning of the downfall. And we don't want that, okay? But anticipate that there will be setbacks, but they will not last forever. Okay, you move on from them, but just expect them, because the journey will not be smooth. I'm telling you this now for free. Life happens. I genuinely thought that I would have achieved the first major milestone in my weight loss journey by the beginning of this year. But then I went to Nigeria over Christmas, and it was so difficult that by the time I got back, I had actually gained some weight back, which was so annoying. It took me reflecting on that and moving on from it to now achieve the progress that I've now made. And then finally, remember that it takes time. It takes time. Just be patient with yourself. Keep going, because it's not easy. Like, you making this decision in the first place to do research and stumble across this video that is now giving you step-by-step guide on how to go about achieving this weight loss journey or this weight loss goal is a huge step in the right direction. I want to congratulate you and thank you for betting on yourself. But it doesn't stop here. It doesn't end here. Please take everything that we've discussed today on this video and actually look for ways to implement them into your life. You might not do everything that I've said today, but if you can pick out your top 5 things and just try and gradually incorporate them into your life, I promise you that you'll be better off for it. Thank you so much for watching. I have thoroughly enjoyed creating this. I always enjoy creating videos along this line. And if there's anything else you would like me to discuss, please do not hesitate to mention them in the comments. Of course, you can also follow me on social media. I post every single day, and it's usually content around fitness, health, weight loss, whatever the case might be. And sometimes I'll just be goofing around doing fun things. But that is an immediate way to reach me. If you want to ask me more direct questions, you're more than welcome to. If you want to interact with my content, you're more than welcome to. Save the workouts. You can use some of the content that I've created, dedicated specific workout days in your own time at the gym. And thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, also comment, subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video from me. And I look forward to hearing all about your journey. I believe in you, girl. You still got this.